In this HIP Technology online video, we'll be discussing social media. To begin with, we'll need to define it. Social media is a term that identifies a collective group of technologies that enable users to develop some sort of profile or an online identity. This can come in the form of your name or nickname, information about you, a photo, etc. It allows you to connect to a specific audience. Participants of social media are able to determine what other profiles or individuals they connect with in order to build a social network that could be local or global. And these technologies also allow users to communicate. This can be done through comments or likes, guestbook messages, testimonials, etc. Because of this communication element, profiles are a combination of an individual's self-expression and what others say about that individual. This can also be true for a product or service. Think of, for instance, a website that has recipes. An individual can have a profile where they list their favorite recipes. Other people can comment on those recipes to comment on or modify the recipe. So someone posts something to the internet and then others comment. One of the most powerful attributes of social media is that these technologies allow the active participation of users on the internet. No longer are we looking at static web pages of the 90s where you just look at information and read it, but we are instead actively participating in a global community on a daily basis by developing a profile, connecting to specific audiences from all across the globe, and communicating with those individuals. In this video, we're going to be covering the following topics. We're going to give a brief overview of the big five that are popular today. I stress the word today because with the rapid evolution of modern technology, what is popular today might not be popular by the time someone watches this video. Also, keep in mind that there are hundreds of social media sites, so covering them all would be impossible in such a video. But I'll at least give you an overview of the five of the most popular sites today for personal and corporate use. Next, you'll complete an individual social media profile assessment. You'll also cover how to use social media to find employment and to prep for employment. And lastly, we'll touch on some of the pointers concerning netiquette. So let's start with something familiar, which is Facebook. First, note the icon. Icons are very important for navigating the web today. Each type of social media has one. Oftentimes, even when filling out an online application, you'll see a company's social media icon at the top or bottom of the application, so you can share the job posting with friends who you think might want to apply on the different types of social media. Like the text on the screen says, Facebook is designed to connect people by allowing them to find each other, to share stories or photos or videos, to join groups, to chat, etc. Common terms associated with Facebook are a friend. That's someone who you've connected with on Facebook. A timeline. This is a space, a profile that outlines who you are. A status. The space where you can communicate with your friends. A cover, which is a large photo at the top of your timeline. Like. This is a way to participate. It tells others that you're in agreement with what you are seeing or that you approve of their status. And share. Again, this is a way to participate. If you see a status that someone posted or shared, you have the opportunity to click share and share it with your network of friends. Here is an example of a Facebook page for a company. Notice a few of the parts outlined in red. At the very top, you'll notice a place to search for people, places, and things. You can type in someone's name or a company's name to try to find them. So try going to Facebook if you have an account and searching for Health Information Professions at Temple University. You'll find our webpage. Moving down the page, you'll notice the big red circle. It is showing you the profile picture. Individuals and companies want to be strategic when choosing what picture to show. You'll always want to keep your profile picture in any social media site very professional because you never know who's going to be seeing. Moving further down, you'll see the square that highlights photos, likes, and the map. These are where you store photos of yourself and friends, where you can see who likes your page. This is typically only for a company or a group web page, and shows where you live on a map if you disclose your city and state. As a note, I would suggest you don't provide any more residential information than that. Sometimes it will ask you for your address. I encourage you not to provide your address. Just a city and state is all you need. And lastly, you see the red box at the bottom of the page that shows your status text box and previous posts. If you want to tell people what you've been up to or want to share information, you type it into the "What have you been up to" text box. Below that, you'll see all of your prior status messages. It will keep a history of everything you have ever typed into Facebook. Now let's pause to practice. Open your internet browser. Go to www.facebook.com, and if you don't already have an account, consider creating one. If you already have an account, like our page by searching for Health Information Professions at Temple University and by clicking the like button. Now let's look at Twitter. Twitter is an online social networking service and microblogging service that enables its users to send and read text-based messages of up to 140 characters known as tweets. Common Twitter terms are profile. This is where you provide an overview of who you are or who your company is if you have a company account. It shows your handle or username in a paragraph describing you and your interests. A tweet. This is a text-based message of up to 140 characters. This includes space and punctuation. So it really encourages you to be very concise in what you would call in Facebook a status. You'll notice you're going to start seeing, as I go through these, commonalities. So on Twitter you have a profile, just like in Facebook you had a timeline. In Twitter you have a tweet. In Facebook you had a status, but both are ways to communicate. Next up is trending, a subject algorithmically determined to be one of the most popular on Twitter at the moment. So what it does is it looks at everything that's being talked about on Twitter, and it synthesizes that information into the top stories or the top topics being talked about, and it shows that to you. For instance, if the president is about to give a speech, oftentimes a lot of people are talking on Twitter about President Obama, and so you might see hashtag Obama as a trending topic because a lot of people are talking about that particular topic. Followers, other Twitter members who have chosen to read what you were tweeting about. You'll remember on Facebook you had friends, people who follow you. Well, on Twitter it's called a follower. Hashtag. That's the pound symbol and is used to mark keywords or topics in a tweet so that you can connect it to a broader conversation. When you hashtag a word or phrase, it connects it with other people who have hashtagged that same word or phrase. So going back to Obama, if you hashtag the words President Obama, it will connect it to everyone else who has talked about President Obama or who has hashtagged President Obama. And lastly, handle. That's a user's username they have selected, what they're going by on Twitter. So now let's look at the Twitter page for the same company whose Facebook page we looked at. Notice in the top left corner is their handle or username. Theirs is NCCC. And you'll see an icon with their logo next to it. You'll also notice this company has composed 85 tweets or 140 character messages. You'll notice they are following or interested in what 287 people are talking about, and they have 99 people who are following them. Below that is a section where Twitter recommends people who follow based upon who you already like. So you see commonalities between people you have liked or who you follow, and then it will suggest other people to follow. Below that is the trending section. This shows you what is popularly being talked about on Twitter right now. On the right side, you'll notice the list of tweets. Again, these are 140 character messages from the people this company follows. Notice the top tweet from the Broad Foundation. They have a short message that says, "Congratulations to @Uncommon Schools." You put an @ sign in front of someone's handle to let them know you are talking about them. Then you'll notice they hashtag two different terms so that others can search that hashtag and see this message. Now let's pause to practice. Pause this video and open your internet browser. Go to www.twitter.com. If you don't already have an account, consider creating one. When you create an account, take a minute to look around to see what people are tweeting about and how they are tweeting. Once comfortable, tweet away. If you want to find someone specific to follow, go to the search bar and type the words medical billing. Choose one of the options that appears and begin following them. Now let's look at LinkedIn. And you'll notice again the icon for LinkedIn is a blue box with the word IN inside it. This is a professional network website where you can build a professional profile and connect with professionals in the field through targeted groups and conversations. You can also apply for jobs through LinkedIn. Common LinkedIn terms are connection. Someone who has requested to add you to the network or someone who has accepted your request. A connection is similar to in Twitter you had followers and in Facebook you had friends. So in LinkedIn it's called a connection. Again, we have a profile. This is where you highlight your professional and volunteer experiences. It functions as a resume. Be sure that if you're using LinkedIn, that your profile is complete and free of grammatical mistakes. Also make sure you have a professional photo. Next term is recommendation. This is a comment written to recommend a colleague, a business partner, or a vendor for expertise or service. This is sort of similar to the like function in other social media sites, except you are telling people how valuable this person is to a certain company or industry. And lastly, a group. This allows professionals to advance their careers through sharing experiences, expertise, and knowledge. There are also groups in Facebook that you'll notice, but the groups in LinkedIn are very professionally focused. Now, let's pause to practice again. Pause this video and open your internet browser at www.linkedin.com. If you don't already have an account, consider creating one. Once you create an account, you'll have the opportunity to start building your profile, and it will walk you through step by step what you need to do to complete it. And it will actually tell you how complete your profile is. Approach this the same as you would with writing a resume. Now, let's talk about another social media site that many of you may be familiar with already, and that is YouTube. This is a video sharing website through which users can upload, view, and share videos on almost any topic. For videos related to technology, just search for Excel 2010 tutorial, or help with mail merges in Word, or any other technology related question, and you will probably find a helpful tutorial on it. I encourage you to use YouTube not just for funny or silly videos, but for finding out how to help yourself improve your skills with technology or with anything. It could even teach you how to bake a cake or how to learn how to knit. Some common terminology associated with YouTube is subscribe. You can subscribe to people so you know when they have a new video, just like when you subscribe for a magazine or a newspaper. Subscribing is kind of like adding a follower on Twitter or adding a friend in Facebook or adding a connection in LinkedIn. Subscribe in YouTube is the same sort of function. Channels, a collection of videos on the same topic. You can even upload your own videos and create your own channel for people to view. Like, here's where you can participate again by showing you're interested or that you approve of the video. And comment. Here's another way to participate so that you can leave questions or comments for the creator of the video. Like functions and comment functions are pretty ubiquitous or widespread through social media. There's in almost every single type of social media you can like something or comment. The last type, before we go to the next one, we're going to pause to practice. So open your internet browser and go to www.youtube.com. If you don't already have an account, consider creating one. And see what's out there. Go to the search bar and type in how to do a mail merge in 2010. See what you find. And now the last type of social media we're going to look at is blogging. Blogging is short for weblog, and is a place where people can post thoughts or images. You can think of it as an online diary in some cases that is focused on a specific topic, person, product, etc. But blogs can also be used for newsletters and a place to post announcements. It can be used by a photographer to share pictures, etc. Blogs usually allow visitors to participate by allowing them to leave comments or to share posts. You can find blogs on practically any topic. There's even one for medical billing and coding, which we'll look at here in just a moment. Common terms associated with blogs are a blogger, that's a person who runs the blog. A blog roll, which is a list of other blogs the blogger might recommend to you. Collaborative or group blog, that's a blog usually focused on a single issue or political topic on which multiple users enjoy posting permission. A post, which is an entry to a blog. Now, anyone can start a blog for free, and some people are even paid to blog. Some common examples of blog programs include WordPress, Blogger, LiveJournal, Tumblr, and Weebly. Here is an example of a medical billing and coding blog where you can find current information and resources for the medical billing and coding field. You'll be able to not only read what others are saying and sharing about medical billing and coding, but you'll also be able to participate in the conversation by asking questions and sharing your knowledge of the field. Now let's pause to practice. Open up your internet browser and type in the URL shown on the screen. This will take you to the Medical Billing and Coding blog. Take some time to explore the blog and all of its features. You can also use one of the free blogging websites I mentioned earlier to start your own blog, if you choose. When you're done, come back to this video and resume playing it. Now that you have a foundation in what some of the most common social media sites are, we're going to take a minute to evaluate ourselves. Pause this video and read through the questions. Thinking of some of the social media sites that you have accounts for, go through and answer each of these questions for each one. For instance, if you have a Facebook account and a LinkedIn account, go through and answer these questions for your Facebook account, and then go through and answer these questions for your LinkedIn account. You'll probably notice you'll answer them differently for each account. This will help you to understand what your social media profile is and how you might come across to others who are viewing each individual account. Now that you have evaluated your social media profile, let's see what the experts are saying about using social media to find jobs. Experts say you shouldn't just build a profile hoping recruiters will find you. Engage them in the neighborhoods where they live by participating in relevant discussions on LinkedIn, tweet chats, and Facebook pages, and also blogs. By reading and responding to the blogs of those companies you're interested in. Many companies have blogs and they share information. If they see you're actively participating in their blogs or if you're sharing their information, then you're more likely to show that you are engaged in their company, and you'll learn a lot more about their company and their product. By spreading the word through liking, sharing, and tweeting, again, share the information with your friends and colleagues, your network of people who are viewing what you are sharing online. And lastly, experts say that you cannot just go out on social media and follow people. You actually have to talk to people. They want to see that you are participating in these social media sites. Again, you're probably getting tired of me saying participating, but that is very important in social media. If you want to be active in social media, you have to participate. You can't follow and just read information. So the next question is, how do you make your account stand out? First off, you have to know your audience. Keep in mind what you want potential employers and customers to see on your profile. Think of who your friends are or followers are on your account. Be sure whatever you're saying is appropriate to your audience. Next up, appearance is everything. As when working in a traditional office setting, be sure that you promote a professional appearance in your profile. You should use your complete name when setting up your account and select a photo of you wearing professional business attire. Also, limit access to your content by using the site's privacy settings. Also, choose what you share. Fill in only the information you choose to share with everyone. Keep it professional and make sure to edit what you write so that there are no spelling or grammar mistakes. Next, learn about privacy settings and use them. Familiarizing yourself with privacy settings will allow you to customize who has access to your information. And lastly, get connected. Like industry-related pages and join like groups. Join the conversation by sharing posts or commenting on them to show your interest. LinkedIn's Director of Global Talent, Brendan Brown, offers the following tips for making a LinkedIn profile more attractive for recruiters, because you will often use LinkedIn for more professional purposes than you would the blog or Twitter or Facebook accounts. He says first to be yourself. An authentic voice in a profile and summary goes a long way, he says. Your personality is unique and should come through clearly and grab our attention. Recruiters want to see and feel that you're passionate about the field. A LinkedIn profile is a blank sheet for you to get creative with, and it's easy for your profile to come across as flat if you're simply pasting your resume. Don't be afraid to let your personality shine through. Next, he says to update your status, because just like in Facebook, on LinkedIn you can update your status. Interesting, insightful, and sometimes unusual status updates are always very good indication that someone is passionate about their field. In fact, he says, when our CEO noticed a member sharing some insightful feedback on one of our beta products, we got in touch with that person and he had some great ideas, and eventually led to us recruiting him. It goes to show just how one smart status update can have a direct impact on your career. Next, he says, don't focus on your company. Many folks update their status with constant positive messages about the company they work for or the company they're representing on LinkedIn. People can quickly tune out. Be sure to share articles, thoughts, and ideas that reflect what is important to you and your industry, not just a specific company. Next, he says to get professional recommendations. He says it's easy to ask a friend to write you a recommendation. It's much more meaningful if they come from executives, managers, teachers or instructors, clients or suppliers, etc. The scratch my back recommendation from a friend is easy to spot and doesn't carry as much weight. Make meaningful connections. He said if we see that someone in a relatively junior role is well connected to influential senior talent, that's a great indication that they're potentially a rising star. And lastly, he says to create a well-rounded profile. Well-rounded profiles, including interests and even volunteer fields, help give a fuller picture of you as a person. It is a great opportunity to see that someone is thoughtful of balancing their personal and professional life and their own interests when they might be relevant to their career. In fact, he says that they did some recent research which showed that 41% of professionals consider volunteer work or experiences equally as valuable as paid work experience when making recruitment decisions. Now, while we're on the topic of interacting on the web, we should probably cover netiquette briefly. This term stands for Internet or Net etiquette. Etiquette in technology governs what is socially acceptable in an online or digital situation. The rules of etiquette that apply when communicating over the Internet or social networks or devices are different than when communicating by telephone or by Skype or video. It is a social code of online communication. Communicating with others over the Internet without creating misunderstanding in the heat of the moment can be challenging, mainly because you can't see facial expressions or body language like you can when you're in person. Therefore, there are several recommendations to follow, such as watch how you format text. Avoid typing in all capital letters, except for brief moments of emphasis. All caps is considered yelling. Also, a lot of times when you format text in all red, or if you put many exclamation points, or if you underline, again, that gives the sense of you yelling at someone. Next, if you don't have, be mindful of what you share. Try to only share information you would be comfortable sharing with people in the same physical room. It may be tempting to lash out at people online thinking your computer is some sort of field. I apologize, some form of shield, but that's not good etiquette. Also, if you don't have something positive to say, think twice before saying it. And if you want to share something negative, try to avoid saying it directly towards an individual person. For example, if you wanted to be critical of the president, you could direct your angst towards the administration. Remember that comments you post to a blog, a news group, a forum, or a website, and write during a public chat session is publicly available. You never know who's reading it or who may copy and spread it around. It could come back to haunt you. Also, keep your written communications focused. This is true whether sending an email or posting a message online. Few people like reading lengthy text on a computer screen. Many people now receive email on mobile phones and other portable devices. Tiny screens make reading email challenging, so again, keep your messages short and to the point. Also, never give your password out to anyone. This is very important to remember, not even to family members. Also, be sure to change your passwords often in order to provide more security for yourself. On a related note, only log into your social media accounts directly from the actual account. So go to www.twitter.com or go to www.facebook.com. If you receive an email message claiming to be from Twitter or Facebook, that can actually come from anywhere, and your password can get stolen if you log in from the email. So be sure you log in directly from the actual site. Next, to finish up, I want to direct you to a great online resource that covers safe online practices, www.getsafeonline.org. It has great resources that help you understand ways to be a safe participant of the web, such as tips on using a computer in public places, online dating, searching for jobs online, and social networking. I encourage you to browse through www.getsafeonline.org to learn more about the different ways you can protect yourself while being an active participant online. And with that, we're now at the end of the video. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch it, and don't forget to keep an eye out for more videos, as we'll be posting more as they are developed.